Azawi, how you doing?
I am very okay. What's up?
Listen. The song that we just came in with right now, Masavu.
Yeah, Masavu.
Jesus Christ. I've been banging that song for the last couple of days. Not even gonna lie.
Mad.
I'm telling you, bro.
Do you even understand what I'm trying to say?
I don't understand shit on the song. I'm not gonna lie. But that's the beauty of a song though, right?
Yeah.
Because you see it all the time. You don't need to understand what you're saying to actually feel the vibe of the song, innit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of them ones where they say that music is a language. It's a universal language.
Exactly.
You see it all the time and everything. So I don't understand nothing you're saying, but the vibe, oh my God.
Yeah, Masavu. It's actually crazy. I don't know, what do you call in my language, Masavu means literally fats, like fats.
Fat, F-A-T.
Yeah,
okay.
F-A-T. So
right.
in our language, you have a saying, it's a saying like the trotator that talks about love, that amasavu,
all right,
omukwano masavu, galienga gocha.
All right.
Which translates in English that love is like fat.
Okay.
You have to enjoy it while they're still hot, because in actual sense,
that's true.
You can't have fats when
it's cold.
When it's cold, you have to like consume it when it's hot.
Right.
So that is the same thing with love. When love is new, when love is still hot, you have to take that opportunity and have the best of it and enjoy it to the fullest, because you don't know when that energy is going to fade away. You understand? So it was the inspiration behind the song. And of course, the word itself, Masavu, has been like a slogan down there. Right. So if someone comes to you and tells you, yo, I watched Azawi's podcast and it was Masavu, it means like it was good.
Yeah,
good.
Was
Masavu
really
is like, it's perfect. Masavu made it. Masavu gocha, like it's perfect. It sounded good. Like, so it's a slang back home, and I know my people here relate. And I hope people around here also will understand what I'm trying to say.
Listen. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love you and everything. You go, I mean, for everybody watching and everything, we also got people on live as well.
Yeah.
Checking out from Uganda, from all over the world and everything, man.
Yeah, sure.
You go, what I'm saying. But you said that about love and everything, right? But you then said, you don't know when that's gonna fade away.
Yeah, you don't know, because in real life,
right,
love gets to a point and then the energy is not the same as when it was just starting. That's life. And you have to accept it. So you as a human being, or you as a couple, you have to just figure out a way to rejuvenate that energy and bring it like the way it started, to keep that, that momentum that, we've been together for 50 years, but then it has to feel like it's fresh. Like we always have to, do things that remind us that, we are so blessed to be in love. Actually, to be in love with someone that is in love with you is something that we take for granted. A lot of people out there are in love with people that don't actually feel the same way. You understand?
Yeah, that's a fact.
So it's a blessing. It's a blessing. When you love someone that loves you the same way, you are blessed, and you should actually be grateful for that and not take it for granted. Yeah, you understand?
Damn. But do you think it's always been like that, or do you think it's our generation thing? I guess what I'm trying to say is, do you think our parents, had to go through that whole thing of, the love is kind of dying and we have to do something to rejuvenate it? Or do you think it's our generation thing, because we have a lot of options in it? You know what I'm saying? We have Instagram, we are seeing, okay, for the ladies are seeing, hench guys on social media and everything. The guys are seeing pretty girls on social media. Like, there's a lot of options out here.
I think this generation is just more audible about their feelings.
Okay.
Yeah, which did not happen in the days before.
Right.
People used to like conceive stuff to themselves and keep the emotions and feelings to themselves. But right now, people are more expressive. Like, we have the freedom to say whatever we want to say, how we feel, which was not in the days before. Our mothers used to just keep stuff to themselves and, let the man do whatever they want. And in actual sense, in the African culture, men always had different women. We understood it that way, and our mothers by then, understood it that way, that an African man will always have
multiple women
about it. Of course, it is different in so many cultures. Even here in the UK, like, you're supposed to have one one woman, one man, one woman.
Yeah.
But the thing is, right now, we are more expressive, and for us, it's more like, you know what, it comes off like it's a disrespectful thing, you know, like to have me and then have other women, you know, messing around with. And of course, the good things, the bad things, there are really, really so many bad things about having multiple partners. More so in this generation, you can, you know, get caught up with different diseases, and then even your reputation as a person can be ruined just because you're messing around with so many girls.
Absolutely. We've
seen so many people, powerful people, you know, lose everything because they couldn't handle their relationships, you know, responsibly. So I don't know, like times change, but I think for us it's just more, we are more expressive, and we understand that it's not just me who's going through such a situation. There's so many people out there that are going through what I'm going through. So we share like emotions, we share feelings, and the world has changed. But I can't say that our mothers or grandparents never felt uncomfortable with it. Of course, would you be okay if you found your woman with another man?
Would I be okay?
Yeah, you wouldn't. You wouldn't.
I would not.
Yeah, you
I
wouldn't.
would not. I had to really think about that. But the reason why I thought about that is, because just last week, a conversation was going on in the scene in the UK, right? Where would I want to know if my girl cheated on me? Meaning, if I didn't know that she was cheating on me,
you would be okay with it.
And she randomly, on a random Tuesday night, walk up to me and say, hey, you know, Toby, I just want to talk to you about something, you know. I just want to tell you, you know, I feel guilty, boom, boom, because I cheated on you last week. Oh. Right?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Would I want that? Would I want to know? Honestly, no.
No.
Because my life is good. I was happy doing whatever I was doing until you came to me with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm sad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't want to know, but don't make me find out though.
Exactly.
I don't want to find out.
Yeah, to protect your mental health and your peace of mind.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But to your question, am I gonna be okay if my girl was messing around with multiple guys or messing around with another dude? Yeah. No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I'm gonna throw your curveball right now. You know
oh man, that is so unfair.
I'm gonna throw your curveball right now, though. Don't you think, right? The therapist will tell you, is that not your ego speaking?
Yeah, at some point, and it's one of the reasons as to why so many relationships have been unable to, you know, to stay for long or to, you know, to hold on for a long time, because there is ego. You are proud. I'm also proud, and then that gets between what we want to have.
And everybody's selfish. Yeah,
and everybody's selfish, and that creates a problem. In the old days, I don't know, I want to call it like it's not seeing the bigger picture, but I would say like enduring the bad times for the greater good.
Right.
Because I understand our grandparents or grandmothers used to be like, you know what? Yes, my man is, you know, messing around with different women.
As long as he's coming home.
Yeah, but he comes back home and then we have a family together. So I'm going to stay for that. And I'm going to stay for the reputation that we have. The entire village knows that this is my man. So you have to protect that. But at the end of the day, mentally, they were affected. That's why you would grow up, and when your mother is not happy, like you would see them being so stressed. But because they've been holding on to so much, they've been keeping so much inside them just for the sake of, you know, the kids, the sake of the community. What will the community think? How will people perceive it when they see me going back to my father's house? So it was never about them. Like they never took themselves into consideration. They endured all that pain, all that disrespect for the sake of the community, the image. My family name is gonna be deteriorated if I do this. If I leave this man's house, my kids are gonna get to grow with another woman. My kids are gonna be growing with a stepmother. That also worried them. So they chose to do that or to endure all of that for the greater good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think it was just the men that were maybe messing around.
Yeah,
You think it was just the men?
Yeah, it was mainly the men, because our culture raised women to respect men despite whatever happened.
The reason why I'm saying is I think it's changing right now, because
Yeah.
I don't know about Uganda, right? But in Nigeria now, a lot of people, apparently, because I haven't been in Nigeria for a long time, but I see it online, right? A lot of people, a lot of men are now saying, it's coming out that a lot of women are giving birth to kids that belong to another man.
Yeah, that is also another problem.
So, which is the reason why I said, is it that the men were upfront with it, like it was a well-known thing, but then the women were probably moving behind the scenes though, like doing their own thing too? We don't know.
We don't know, but I would say that I think when women realize that, you know what, I can actually get out of this situation and be okay, that is when they chose to stray. Do whatever they want. Because like I've been holding on to this marriage for so long and I'm not happy. Why am I here? Why am I doing? This is my life. So it's time for me to take charge and not let the man control, and not let the community or even my family name dictate how my life or my relationship life is going to go. Because I feel like men were so fortunate that the people of the time grew up in an environment where women respected them. But they realized that, you know what, this respect that I'm giving this man is not paying me anything at the end of the day. I'm a grown-ass woman and I'm sad at this point in my life. Like I can't be wasting my life like that anymore. And the generations have changed, you understand? So we are different. Like we go to school and we got to a point where like so many different people from different backgrounds and cultures have got into, our spaces. And then the stories they've been telling us, and they're like, okay, you guys, how can you be in a house when you know your man is trying to mess around with 4 women and then stand like and then
still be there?
Like in my culture, that can't happen. And then the woman would want to know, okay, how are you doing it? Because I also want to be out of this situation. So, the people coming together from different, spaces and learning about how relationships from different worlds are working also played a part. Played a part that, you know what, okay, if this is how it's working down here, then maybe I can do something about it and also be like the other guys. You understand? So if a man in the UK or in the USA can stick to one woman, then that means I can also find a man, or maybe a man from a different space out there, and we also have something of that sort. The women wanted, like every woman, you would want to have your man just on you, just, concentrating on you, just, focusing on you alone. You don't want to see your man messing around with another woman. Like no one wants that. No one wants that. And the fact that you even get to see it and in your face, at some point it becomes really disrespectful.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so
absolutely.
I feel like men did not take responsibility. Like they took advantage of that. They took advantage of the kindness, the submissiveness of the women of that time and stepped them then until when women, went wild.
Yeah,
and now now there's no turning back.
There's definitely no turning
There's
back.
no, you guys are dead.
Oh my God, it's peak out here though. It's proper peak out here.
Yeah, I know people are like, men out there are like, oh, she's choosing the side of women. But when you look at it.
No, it's a fact. I agree with you. I agree with you.
But when you look at it, when you go back in those times, you would see that women were doing exactly what men wanted. Until when they felt like, you know what, you guys are just taking advantage of this. You're not respecting our submissiveness. You are not respecting everything that we do, everything that we sacrifice just to raise a family with you, take care of you. For you, at the end of the day, you would just go and mess around with another woman. For me, I would respect a man who would come in my face and tell me, hey, Azawi, I love you, but you have to understand that I have a couple of women on the side and kids on the side. So if you're okay with it, we go on. If you're not, like, give me a chance to make a decision for myself.
Okay.
You understand?
Because I get what you're saying right now. Yeah. A lot of people say that. But honestly, would you really want to hear that though?
Honestly, at this generation, yeah, I would. Rather than keeping me in the dark. And because when I find out in the dark, then that is going to kill my trust for you.
But ignorance is bliss though.
maybe some women want it, but I wouldn't want to be with someone that would lie to me about having another family out there, another woman out there.
Yeah.
Like, it's dangerous. Like, why are you hiding your kids away from me? Why are you hiding? And like, tell me straight so that I make that decision. Because, there are women that would be okay with it. Yeah, fine, you have other women.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to get into it. I don't care. For as long as at the end of the day, you take care of me, you give me some time,
Yep.
we have like moments together, it's okay. The women who are maturely enough to to go into it and live that life. Some are too weak for it. The only problem for me that I have is you never give that woman a chance to make that choice for them. You make the choice.
Yeah.
And by the time they find out, it's all, total chaos and drama, and that is how we get to be in very bad predicaments.
This is how we get to where we are.
Yeah. So like I've been telling you, because if men of the time just stayed disciplined, I don't think we would be having this kind of problems.
But I think it was.
It's not like
obviously.
I'm not just choosing the side of women, but like just look at it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think obviously it was how the society was at the time, the structure.
Yeah,
and I think it was kind of accepted, right? At that time. Maybe not by the women, because I honestly believe this, right? This is what I believe. We have a situation where people grew up in a culture or in a religion, right?
Oh my.
Yeah.
That
culture or religion. So it kind of what's what I'm looking for? You are kind of programmed. Conditioned. That's what I'm looking for. You're conditioned to accept it like the normal. But I honestly believe that deep down, right, a lot of people are not happy about that, especially the women.
Yeah, they were not.
Because I've got a couple of friends of mine that are Muslims, right? But obviously, they grew up here. They were born here. So when you look at their mentality when it comes to that, and the ones that grew up maybe in Africa or in Nigeria, right, it's totally different. The ones here will tell you, hell no. Multiple wives, are you crazy? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But back home, it's kind of accepted.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, like.
Yeah, it's kind of accepted. So they are conditioned to accept it because maybe they don't have a voice or whatever the situation is. So I do believe that, deep down, some people don't want that.
Yeah, nobody wants that, and
nobody probably knows.
Yeah,
you're
and
right.
Of course, I've landed into like a couple of men, and then he's like, you know what? I'm like, what do you want in a woman? And then he would tell you, I just want a woman that gives me peace of mind. And I'm like, okay, like cool. But then after like a couple of weeks or months, you're gonna find out the same man that say they want peace of mind.
Yeah.
They're kind of like, they're trying to date their girlfriend's friend.
Yeah.
One. Yeah. This is a man who said, I want a woman that gives me peace of mind. But then he's trying to mess with his woman's friend to try to sleep with them.
Yeah.
Next thing, they're planning like a vacation just to go away and, and hook up with some other random woman.
Yeah,
and also, they're in DMs of different women. They're trying like to have them in their bed as well. And I'm like, okay, what do you want?
Do you really want peace or do you want chaos?
Yeah, you say you want peace of mind, but then you are trying to like hook up with 4 different women at the same time. Like, it's you who's trying to actually kill yourself.
Yeah.
If you are a very like intelligent man, a man that actually wants some peace, because I know it, every man out there, they know there's that woman that actually makes me feel comfortable.
Yep.
There's that woman that is ready to ride or die with me, no matter what happens.
Yeah.
They know it. But then they, in their mind, they're like, okay, I know I have you there, but then I need like some beach to just disorganize me out of the blue. And I'm like, okay, you're just being dramatic. You don't know what you want. You don't know because if you actually knew what you want, you would stay away from any woman that kinds of distracts you or disorganizes your relationship with the woman that actually gives you what you want. And I don't know, like we as a generation, even for the women, they'll be like, okay, I want a guy who's going to do this for me, who's going to love me, who's going to stay faithful, who's going to do this and that and that. But then they're not being nice to the man. at the end of the day. They're doing different things. Even if a man does something special for you, you're not gonna be satisfied. You're gonna like, okay, yeah, you bought me this car, but then my friend is driving a G-Wagon.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like, we don't know what we want.
Yeah,
We don't know.
But that's a human thing, right? I've forgotten the name of this theory, but there's a theory of needs, right? Where you say you want A, right? You be like, oh my God, if I want A, my life is good. I'm good.
And God gives you A.
And then you achieve A. And now you want B. You go what I'm saying? Like, so it's a human thing. It takes a lot of discipline.
Yeah.
I always tell people this, but especially when it comes to the topic of relationship and everything. It takes a lot of discipline, right? I can speak because I'm a man, obviously, right? For a man to say, you know what? Boom, this is who I want to be with. This is who I'm committed to, you know? Because I was listening to a conversation and everything, right? And the theme of the whole conversation was, are men actually supposed to be monogamous?
Naturally,
right? Or are men naturally meant to procreate, like obviously sleep with different people? But then now, depending on the society that you are in, if you're in, for example, the Muslim society, you're allowed to have multiple women or rather multiple wives.
Yeah.
But now, if you're in the Western world, you are conditioned to have one at
woman.
least one legally.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that whole conversation, it is a very interesting conversation because honestly, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't.
You get what I'm saying?
Just as you say it, we don't know.
We just don't know.
Yeah.
But then, just like you said, right? If you say you want peace in your life as a man, which I do agree with you, and you say, this is the woman that actually gives me the peace of mind and everything, and you genuinely like her and all that, you should be able to commit to her.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it just one of them ones in that, you know, it's a bit of a techie situation.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like, and actually the part that makes it the saddest is, you know, you see a man gets to a point and then they're like, you know what, I'm going to commit to that woman. And then, they do everything. They make it official. Yeah, you're my wife and my husband to someone. They have a family. But then, in the man, they're like, you know what? I'm doing this for the sake of status, for the sake of people to see that I'm actually taken. But that won't take away the fact that I'm going to keep on messing around. Actually, men become more wild when they get married.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know.
African men, okay, from where I come from, from what, like, I've seen so many married, like, okay, you're here, you're not yet made it official, like, you know, he's trying to stay cool, he's trying to be nice and disciplined and, committed and all that stuff. But the moment they make it official, it's like there's a ghost that just gets into them and it's like, you just go hoeing around the entire country. You know, I'm sorry, I'm using really strong words.
No, it's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool. We use strong words over here too.
Even on their wedding day, they would be in some other woman's DM.
Do you also think that women, because I've heard this theory before, that women actually like married men?
Yeah, because...
Yes,
now we know, because we know you can commit. That means you can love a woman. We always want something that we can have.
There you go. That's what usually happens. You just hit the nail in the head right now, or rather on the head, right?
Yeah, we always, we like, okay, I need to understand why that woman chose to settle down with you. Because if you're just single, in my head, I'm like, nobody wants you.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Nobody wants to mess around with you because I mean, why are you single unless there's something wrong with you?
Do you know?
You accomplish, you have money, your career is like what is on the top, like you know, everything is moving smooth in your life, but you don't have anybody.
Why the fuck are you single?
Why are you single? There must be something wrong with you. But a man that is committed somewhere, you know that there's something special about them because somebody out there chose to settle down with them, and you know, and me, I want to figure that out. I want to find that out. As crazy as it sounds, that's how it. Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is. That is why many married men cheat. I have a song on my album, called Sankofa, called married man. Married man. Like, I've also been in that situation. Like, I've been in a position where, like, you know what, I'm messing around with a married man. And of course, entering into it, I know, like, okay, my naivety made me think, you know, I can actually handle this. But then by the time I was so much deep into it, I realized.
You caught feelings, eh?
Yeah, I caught feelings and I realized, oh my God,
I couldn't handle this.
Yeah, I made a very bad decision. And that experience taught me like so much.
Yeah.
You tell me you're married, I run as fast as I can away from you. I'm telling you, like I run, I'm just tuned to not mess around with married men because I know what it has done to me. I know how it can ruin your life as a woman, you know?
Yeah.
So because, you know, this man at the end of the day is not going to be yours. No matter what you do, no matter the kind of sex that you give them, no matter...
He's always going to go home.
He's always going to go back to his family.
And that's the difference between men and women, right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, we're going to this right now because people always say, oh, why is it that men find it hard to forgive women when they cheat, but expect women to forgive them, right?
Yeah.
The way we look at it from a man's perspective is, if I go a girl, right, or if I'm married, and I'm cheating on my girl or my wife, right? Let's assume that everything is good at home, right? There is absolutely no way I'm leaving her for you.
Yeah.
Like, if it comes to that crossroad, right? Let's assume something happens and I have to make a decision, right? I will always choose my girl or my wife, right? Because for the most part, obviously this doesn't happen to everybody, but for the most part, when we cheat with our head. We don't really cheat with our feelings, right? But a woman, I assume, I don't know, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, right? But if a woman is in a relationship and she steps out and everything, women for the most part cheat with their feelings.
Yeah. And that is why I'm telling you, it's very dangerous for a woman to mess with a married man. Because naturally,
your feelings is gonna be there.
You're gonna catch feelings. And that is the worst and the saddest position to be in as a human being, as a female. And it's crazy. We are saying this all out, but someone is out there and they're like, no, I don't care what you say.
Yeah, of course.
I want the man no matter what happens.
But that's the thing though. With married men, right? A lot of women go after married men. One, because they know that there's going to be no commitment there because obviously he's taken. So it's just going to be me up, maybe I get some money from him, and then we just have a good time. You get what I'm saying? That happens. And then on the man's side, because you said something about we always want something that we don't want, something like that, right?
But that we can have.
Right? From my experience, you know, back when I was in uni, I just realized then, you know, because obviously I went through a phase as well, where when you get into a relationship, right, you kind of feel tied down. Now you're like a wild dog. Whenever you go outside, you just kind of looking, right? You just start looking. But then what happened is when you become single, you don't do that.
Yeah. It's like...
Because you know that, okay, I can have it whenever I want, so I don't need to really stress myself.
Yeah. You won't have pressure on yourself because, you know, anytime.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if I've got a 2-hour window or 3-hour window...
You're going to maximize it.
I want to maximize it. You know what I mean? So that was my experience, right? Back when I was in uni and everything. So I do understand exactly what you say.
Yeah.
You know? Now, it's crazy. Like...
It's great. Anyway, maybe I think the only different part can come in because right now, you know, this generation is actually crazy.
Do you still believe in love though?
Yeah, of course.
In this generation?
Yeah. Like amidst all the chaos, of course, love will always win. Like, and it will always be there when you're lucky enough to land on it. So right now, this is actually what is happening. People are not actually even getting married because they actually love the person.
That's my point.
But because they feel protected financially, they know that if I marry this person, if I like spend the rest of my life with this person, I know that my kids are not gonna like go through any point where they're lacking.
Yeah.
Everything is going to be, you know what, available for them. They're going to have a good future. They're going to be well taken care of. And also, me as a person, my image, if I marry into a certain family, my status is going to be elevated. You understand? So this is what happens if you're the kind of person that marries for protection and society,
and everything.
status. Because at the end of the day, for the side of a man, when you're with that woman, you don't actually love them, but you're just in that relationship because you feel secure. Because even now, right now, maybe some women come from powerful families, and some men want that. Like, I need to be in that family so that I have this and this figured out very quickly. I don't want to struggle with certain things. So, yes, you go into that relationship, and then after a while, you do some cheating. And then you catch feelings. Like, have you seen a married man so sad?
No.
And then you're like, okay, this man has everything. You have a beautiful wife, you have a family, they financially, you guys are stable. Why are you so sad? And then in actual sense, this man caught feelings for a side bitch.
Oh, for the side chick,
and then they broke his heart. He can't even express his feelings. He can't even talk to anyone.
Hell no.
You can't even talk to anyone.
No.
You can't even talk to anyone about it. You're dealing with that like deep inside alone, and you're depressed. Like, and you look at this man who's, because for us, we can admire you from the outside. You're like, my God, this guy is so lucky. Like, his life is figured out just because he married into a certain family. But this man is missing something.
Yeah. Like,
love.
his wife will randomly say, hey, babe, good morning. He'll be like, what the fuck is good about this morning?
He's missing love. He's missing that love. So that is why I'm telling you, I still believe in love. Because even a married man can fall in love again. Not with their wife.
Yeah, with somebody else.
Yeah.
With somebody else. Nah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
It's
but
crazy.
yeah, bro. Good conversation. Good way to start the podcast, though. Good way to start the podcast. You get what I'm saying? For people that don't know, I'm talking to the one and only. Oh my God. The one and only. The one and only.
I think you
Azawi, man.
you should play that song, Married Man, for my people.
Okay, I will play.
Yeah.
I will play.
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah.
Masavu, where did the inspiration come from?
Yeah. As I told you when we were just starting, back home, Masavu is like a slang, like, downtown on the street. Like, if someone tells you like, oh, I'm a big fan of sneakers, like I'm obsessed with sneakers.
Yeah, I can tell.
So if my sneaker plug is like, hey yo, Azawi, I got like the baddest sneaker for you. Masavu made it, I know. That's a bang sneaker. I am a person that loves my language, my mother language so much. Back home, we have different tribes. And for me, I happen to be in Uganda. My name is Zawede.
Yes, okay.
And my clan, I come from Fombe. And so in Baganda, we have like proverbs or sayings. What we call it engedo, like there's like proverbs or sayings. Like, so we have this saying that goes, Omukwano masavu, galienga gocha. That love is fat. Enjoy it while it is still hot.
Okay, so that's where the song comes from.
Yeah, that is where the song comes from. And I think for me personally, one of the reasons why this song became big way back home, and everyone that listens to it can actually feel the vibe was because of the word Masavu. Like everyone could relate. Gonomkwano Masavu. Like this love is perfect. This love is good. This love is just, the juice. It's just the sauce. So that is how I created that song. And I remember, actually, let me tell you a little story about it.
Go on.
Yeah, when I released that song, like a couple of hours after, it went viral. But it wasn't like my song, like my original audio record that was going viral.
Right.
I don't know if you've got to know about this. There's an app that can actually make you sing my song. AI.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Like
Make me sing your song.
Perfectly in your voice.
What?
Yeah. So back home we have one of may his soul rest peacefully. Like he was one of my. He's actually even up to now. He's still my greatest artist of all time.
All right.
He inspired me. Like his music is the reason as why I I also came into this game because he was so good. It was called Radio. Okay, there used to be a duo, Radio and Weasel, and then Radio passed away. And right now, we only have Weasel.
Right.
So there's this guy on TikTok. So what he did, just a couple of hours after releasing the record Masavu, he went and got my song and put the late voices song on it.
On there, yeah.
So everyone was like, oh my God, did Radio just release a new song? And I'm like, okay, what is happening? So I'm back home and my phone is blowing up, so many notifications. And then I started seeing comments, oh, Azawi stole the late Mose Radio song. Because everyone back home thought the song belonged
to Radio.
To Radio.
All right.
But in actual sense, there's a guy on TikTok that actually got my song and put his voice on it.
That's crazy.
And it sounded so perfect. You know how they make Drake sing in a Nigerian song?
Yeah.
This is what happened. And it could, I could almost now believe it. Because when you listen to the song, it just sounded perfect.
That's crazy, boy.
Perfect. And it got more, a recognition. And I'm like, okay, because he's one of the artists that I always wanted to work with or, collaborate with. And actually, I posted it on my Twitter and I'm like, whoever made this, you made my dream come true. Because now I have a collaboration with Radio. Because he made him sing the first verse and then the chorus and then I sang the second verse. So it felt like a proper collaboration.
Yeah.
And of course, many people were like, oh my God, Azawi, you stole the song. That is not your song. It was really very difficult to tell people that is actually an AI manufactured, record. It's not real. They even distribute, actually, even when you go to YouTube right now, that song has the crazy views. But at the end of the day, still the money comes to me.
Okay. So,
and of course, a couple of fans were like, why don't you make it like a legitimate collaboration? But I couldn't because in actual sense, I couldn't get the voice of the late.
Oh.
So I can't, for him to sing that, it has I have to first put my voice, they need my voice. So I couldn't get his voice.
His voice to do it.
Yeah, to do it. And I'm like, there's no way I can do it. This, the man was is gone. There's no way I can make him sing that song and put distribute the record. So it was really hard to make people understand what was happening. But then after some time, they understood that the song is Azawi's and it blew up. I will tell you,
man.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest songs in the country, and even up to now, I don't think there's any new song that is actually beating it. I'm hoping that other artists, come up with something, or maybe I myself come up with something.
Yeah.
You understand. So it was crazy, but then for me, it gave some good PR for the song. For me, it worked for me.
That's amazing.
Amazing. I took it in a positive way and. It was crazy, but at the end of the day, a good song is a good song.
That's
no matter
amazing.
Who sings. Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
Jesus.
exactly.
I love that song, man.
Yeah.
I played I've been playing it for the last couple of days and everything. Absolutely love it.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, it's crazy. But you said something about AI. What are your thoughts in AI in music right now? Because AI is part of music now.
It's
and some artists are using AI to do music, you know that.
Okay, it's a good thing because it makes work more faster and smooth. But for me, they still it lacks the element of originality of it's not organic. It's literally a computer singing.
Yeah,
you understand. So it's a very scary concept to tap into. So I don't know how we're gonna do it, and at some point. It can make you lose your credibility as an artist because for me, if I write my song and then at the end of the day, a computer, executes it even much more better than me. Yeah, I'm gonna lose that credibility and the credits are gonna go to the computer. So it might take away that organic and emotional attachment, to the craft, to the song, to the craft. I don't know, we need to be careful. Whoever is behind AI, please. It is scary, but the future is technology, and we shall find a way to work with it. But it's just scary. That is what I can say.
No, it's very scary though because a lot of people really start talking. The conversation has always been there, right? But there was a big conversation. I don't know if you follow the whole Drake Kendrick beef and all that.
Yeah.
When they were going back and forth, there was a song that Drake dropped, right? That had the voice of Tupac and Snoop on it, but them two voices were AI.
Oh my God.
You get what I'm saying?
You see that?
So a lot of people downstairs saying, hey, talking about the credibility, right? People downstairs saying, mate, did you actually write the song?
You see that?
And then submitted it to the AI to do it? Or is AI really writing your songs? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So talking about the credibility thing, yeah, your credibility is going to take a hit. But I believe that there are artists today that use AI to write their songs. I honestly believe that.
Yeah,
they will not come out and say it. You know, I mean, it makes the job easier for them.
Yeah.
Right? And everything. I look at it as cheating.
Yeah, it's total cheating.
You got me? I look at it as cheating and everything. And if I'm an artist, right, even if the song blows up, I don't know how I'm going to feel about it, knowing that I'm not the one that actually sat down and put the pen to paper.
Yeah.
You got me to do it. But it's a very crazy world that we live in right now because we are seeing AI in different things. But somebody said something interesting. Someone said that AI is not going to take our jobs, but the people that know how to use the AI will take the jobs.
And there's like absolute truth to it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because these are the ones that design it to do whatever they want it to
They
do.
know how to use it.
Yeah, so they're gonna like take so many people out of work because now they know that they can just control the machine and to do whatever a human can do. So if right now, imagine if I'm just talking to a robot of you.
I know, that would be crazy.
Like it's just someone else. Like you just programmed it to do your work for you.
Yeah.
Like it won't feel so organic. It won't feel real. Like at the end of the day, yes, technology is gonna be there and everything, but a human was designed different, and there's nothing. Okay, it's not like I'm saying that nothing is important. Like it's impossible, but I feel like there's not gonna ever be anything that can be human, that can do it as a human, that can be as organic and feel and have all that emotion as human. Like I feel like that is a bit that God left to himself. You can't duplicate it, you can't replicate it. No matter what you do, like a human will always be different because we are the ones that design all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and also because we also have a soul, right? Because if you write a music and all that, if you write some sort of song, right, your soul is in the song, right?
Yeah.
When you get into the booth to sing it, right, depending on what kind of song, even if it's a love song, breakup song, or whatever, you sing it, we can hear your
emotion,
your emotions in it. You can't really hear that with the AI.
Yeah, so that is why I thank God for leaving that part to himself. And please don't ever leak that stuff to the public because you know what we're going to do. We're going to come for you. We're going to create our own God. you let that happen.
That's a fact, though.
We're going to create our own God. So
that's a fact.
Yes, just keep it to yourself. Like, don't let this... Don't let us come into that space.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. But AI shit, man. Listen, hey, it's just one of them ones. It is the world that we live in, right? Obviously, this AI thing is always gonna keep on getting better. I think it's here to stay.
It's just
it's here to stay. To me, it's all about just finding a way to work around it.
Like I feel like we haven't seen anything yet. It's gonna get crazier. Yeah, it's gonna get crazier.
Absolutely.
Just watch the space.
Absolutely. Let's jump into it. Who are the big three in Uganda?
The big three.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The big three of this generation. Okay, let's skim it down to this generation now.
That question is gonna land me in trouble.
It's all right.
You're trying to put me in trouble.
Because you know why? In Afrobeats, right? The reason why I ask is I don't know. So I'm very curious to know, right? I kind of have my answers, but I'm just gonna hear what you say first. But in Afrobeats, we always have this conversation, right? You hear people say, yo, it's Wizkid, it's Davido, it's Burna Boy. And then you said something just before we started the podcast.
Yeah, for me,
you brought up a name.
Yeah, for me, like I always, when I look at an artist, I just don't look at their craft alone. I look at the impact their craft has done to the community, to the other artists. Like, what have they done? And I feel like Olamide has done something special. Like he has built monsters. He has given us monsters of musicians. Fireboy, Ashake. The list is endless. Yeah. You understand?
Yeah.
And he doesn't front it like, you know what, it's management, you're under my management. Like I feel like he gives his artists like the freedom to build their brands independently. Independently. And like, it's not like they're shielded by, oh my God, that's a Marvin. Oh my God, that's a Marvin. Like, you see Fireboy, you're not gonna touch Olamide to it. Like, you're just gonna see, unless you look deep into it, that's when you're gonna see, Olamide is behind this artist. For me, that is what I like. I like low-key people. I like people that execute low-key. Like, it's you to shine the light on them. Like, it's not like them fronting themselves down there that, you know what, yeah, I brought him up. Like, he's my artist, blah, 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 blah. Oh, blah, blah, blah. You know, for me, I respect him for that. And also for the craft. He has been there for some time. Like, I love his music, his style, like, and I don't know, like, even the way he carries himself, like, he's very, like, I don't know, like, how do I call it? Like, his composure, like, like, at some point, you might not even understand that he's a big star.
Yeah, true.
Like, he's not everywhere. He's not ranting on social media about anything. He's not proud. He's just doing his stuff.
But I think, everything you said is so true, but also I think that's probably the reason why, because I honestly think he's underappreciated.
Yeah, also.
And underrated as well.
Yeah.
You know, which is the reason why I was very surprised when you brought up his name out of all the names.
Yeah.
Like that was the last person. You started looking at my face, right? I was like, what? Olamide. You know, because I rate him, but then I also realized that in the conversations, his name is not always brought up.
And I feel like he's intentional about it because he keeps low key. Like, he's like, I don't know, man, how he does it. Like, I would want to sit down with him and tell him, like, how do you do it? Does he even post? Do you ever see any picture on his social media? Does he go for interviews? Does he perform anywhere? Olamide is a ghost, literally. He's a king in his own kingdom, and people that pay attention, people that understand that, you know what, that's a big artist, that's an impactful artist, will see him. And for me, those are, because everyone is paying attention to Davido or Burna Boy, blah 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 blah. But I feel like, okay, I have to admit, I'm a big fan of Burna Boy. A big fan, because he's a complete artist. He can perform on stage. He can write amazing music. And at the end of the day, he also represents Africa. Like, he doesn't try so much to be an American or, an Englishman. No, he will always be an African. You understand? So I respect him for that, and I rate him so highly. But also Olamide has a different vibe, like a different energy he moves with, like he's special, and Nigerians and Africans, we are so lucky to witness his greatness.
That's classic right there.
Yeah.
That's classic right there. And the thing is, I appreciate you for that, because I feel exactly the same way. He's someone that had a huge run in terms of as an artist, but then he stepped back as well, and he's creating superstars.
A big, like, strong, like, when you look at Ashake, oh my God. And the way he has, the way that man has been branded, he sings in, I literally never understand a word Ashake is singing, nothing. But I just groove to the music. Even he's a complete artist. You can actually tell, oh my God, has he been preparing for this day for a couple of years? Because oh my God, like, you're perfect at everything, and your different vibe, your energy is different. Like, for me, I just respect people that build such kind of brands and artists. When you look at Fireboy, like, can you imagine, like, bringing up artists that are different?
So different.
They're so different.
They don't look nothing alike.
Yeah, they're not. They have nothing in common. Fireboy is different. Ashake is different. I don't know. Like, there could be many other different ones. But for me, those are the ones that stand out for me even more. And I'm like, how does he do it? That means that person has, his brain or his music ear is very diverse.
Yeah, it's very,
like, it's not like he has a specific taste. For me, when you bring out like, because I feel like Fireboy is more of like an Afro R&B artist, like he, and then Asake, I don't know what kind of Asake music, like he's also different. So that means his music ear is diverse, like, and he's open to bringing different, energies into the space of, the music industry, and we experience them. So for me, Asake will always stand out for the fact that he lets his brands stand out independently without even attaching or affiliating his name onto them. Like, for me,
just
like
do your thing. Yeah.
Just do your thing. Like for me, okay, it's not like I'm against it, but the moment you see Rema or IRS come in, you like for some reason you have to think about
Don Jazzy.
Don Jazzy.
Yeah.
That's dangerous. Because that means you're not independent enough as a brand. If someone has to think about another name to actually think about you next.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So for me, maybe I'm saying it in a different way, but that is why I respect Olamide even more.
Yeah. Nah, salute for that. So when you're saying that, right, I now assume that you're an artist, because for people that don't know, before we jump into you, listen, you've got a new album that just dropped last year.
Yeah.
Sankofa.
Yeah.
I hope I'm pronouncing it well.
Perfectly.
Yeah, Sankofa and everything. Listen, if you're out there, we are talking to Azawi. Go check out her music. She's one of the biggest artists. I know she's very humble. I asked her a question. She found a way to moonwalk out of it. You know what I mean? In my opinion, she's one of my big three of the generation from Uganda.
Humble.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, I don't say that so easily. I have played your music.
Thank you.
I have played your music and everything. And boy, it's different.
Thank you.
It's different. So if you're listening, go check out Azawi. Azawi. You get what I'm saying? Go check out her music and everything. I will recommend one to you, Go check out Masavu. You get what I mean? Listen to her and everything. Follow on Instagram and say, Fresh off the boat, sent me. Toby sent me. Trust me, you're going to appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah, no, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. So when you're talking about freedom and everything, I assume that you're the type of artist that don't like being put in a box, because when I listen to your music, you've got different ears.
Yeah.
You add reggae to your thing, you add a bit of R&B, sometimes like some sort of Afrobeats and everything, into and all that, right? I'm going to start by asking you, what type of genre do you call your music?
Back home, we have a dish. It's called katogo. Katogo. It's a mix of different, kinds of food together.
Right.
Maybe if I'm to give like a closer translation in English, I'll call it a cocktail.
All right.
Yeah,
Shit.
a cocktail. So like
I love cocktails.
It's a mix. And for me, I always want to like try out so many different things. Like I'm this kind of artist that doesn't want to be like, oh my God, this is the only lane that I'm supposed to take. Like I always want to make risks, Of course, sometimes I land into trouble for it, but then sometimes it pays off because that is how you get to grow and prosper. You have to be very aggressive. You don't have to be a coward. Like you have to be, going for anything, no matter what happens. And I've also been able. I'm blessed enough to be in a space that is, that is surrounded by a lot of music lovers, people that listen to music. Like it doesn't matter where the music comes from, and they expose me to so many different genres or styles of music, and they also like inspire me to do different styles of music. Because for me, if I find you listen to a Latina song as a Ugandan or as an African and you're close to me, I'm gonna be intrigued. Like if you like it, then someone else is gonna like it, because now you're really using that energy to actually also make me like that. So I'll want to also try out something like that. So for me, it's also like it depends on this surrounding that you have around you, the people, the music they listen to, the conversations that they have, and for me, Swangz Avenue and my team, Julius and Benon, that they've played like a really big part on how I write my music, how I see music, how I create, how I deliver as an artist. Because they're like, you know what, Azawi, you can do anything. Just go for it. Like, don't be scared. I know, of course, there are going to be people who are like, you know what, this is the only type that is going to cross. This is the only record that is going to cut it. But they're like, you know what, it doesn't matter. Even if you do a classic song, for as long as it sounds good, people are going to enjoy it. Like, it doesn't matter. So for me, I'm just a stubborn artist, I would say. Like, I want to try out so many different things. And that is why when you listen to my music, of course, you're going to try out. You're going to find reggae, R&B, Afrobeats, you know. And I also want to enter into what I know this vibe. Like, for me, I like old African music, old school African music. So you won't be disappointed when you find me sitting on a track that feels a little bit old school, but then like at the same time, it has like a modern, you know, taste to it. So I like trying out different things. I feel like the only space that I haven't explored enough is dancehall.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know why, because even when I was still performing in band before I became the brand that I am today. Yeah, I used to do a lot of dancehall, reggae covers. And one of my biggest artists was Konshens. You
did a song with him, though.
Galde Shadonia, Bartender Chesaromia, Benzan Bima and Ama, Yo.
Let me find it right now.
He was like, he will always be my top number one dancehall artist. And I feel like it's a space that I'm working on exploring.
Let's drop it. Summer Bay.
Yeah, man.
Bro, this a vibe.
Yeah.
Yikes. How did this happen? How did this connection happen?
As I told you, like, actually my first performance when they had just signed me and the Swangz, you being backstage and this is your first show, and then you have just one Afrobeat song out there, and then Benon came backstage and it was like, yo, I know you're gonna perform an Afrobeat song on a reggae raga dancehall edition. Can you find a way to fix in a dancehall vibe just to fit this edition? This is being backstage, my first performance, and I have to improvise.
Shit.
So I step on stage. We had rehearsed with the band just that one song, and then they played. They were all called on surprise. So after performing my first single, Queen Amino, and then I switched the vibe differently, and I made that freestyle of Couple Up of Konshens, and it went viral. Everyone was like, oh my God. So she's not just an artist. She's not just an Afrobeat artist. She can do so many different things. Yeah. So it went viral. So even when I went to Kenya for a media tour, they asked me about it, and I did redid the freestyle again. And Konshens has a lot of friends in Kenya.
Right.
So they forwarded the clip to him, and he was like, who is she? They're like, oh my gosh, she's an artist from Uganda and she's a very big fan of yours. But then by the time all of that happened, I was already in his DM, trying to ask, to collaborate with him, to work together. So like I had already laid the foundation of the entire conversation. Yeah. So he was like, yo, like, I've been watching you. My friends have been, telling me a lot of stuff about you. I think we can, work out something together. And then we sent him this Summer Bay beat, and he killed it.
He marked it.
He killed it. And that is how we came up with Summer Bay that came onto album.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's one of my favorite songs out there. So Summer Bay, man.
Sure.
Listen, the summer's around the corner, man. You don't need to bang in that still.
Yeah.
You don't need to bang in that still. Let's go back to the beginning there, yeah?
Yeah.
So you started as a dancer.
Yeah. Crazy, no?
You started as a dancer and everything. So have you always known that you were going to get into music? Because we all start from somewhere.
Yeah, man.
You get what I'm saying? When I was in high school, I was dancing too. Break dancing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Right? And then obviously, I don't know if you guys had this in Uganda at the time. There was something called the Malta Guinness Street Dance Competition.
No, I don't remember.
I don't think it happened. Yeah. So obviously, people start from somewhere and everything. Yeah. So you started from dancing before you go into music.
Yeah.
How was that transition?
Of course, first of all, I did not know that I could actually be this kind of artist, because when we were growing up, I used to love watching, people doing traditional music and dance, those kind of performances. Back home, we have like what they call traditional dance troops. Like they mainly focus on doing, our traditional music, dance and drama and folk songs.
Okay.
So I happened to join one of the groups called Chika. And then I learned a lot of traditional music, dance, and, folk music. So I was there for a couple of years and I learned a lot of stuff, traditional music, the instruments, stuff like that. So when I left, actually they were also shocked that I could actually sing. Right. Because when I was there, I was just doing dance.
Yeah, just dance.
Traditional dance,
right.
Not the break dance.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah,
I was very bad at that stuff. But they were like, oh my God, all this time alone, you could actually, sing this stuff. Like how? Explain to us. So because when I left, I linked up with one of my brother. And then he was like, you know what? Hey, I think you can come into the school choir and we try out something. So when I used to go in the school choir sessions, we do the music. He used to tell me, Priscilla, can you write me a few lines in English, stuff like that. So that is how I actually started writing music.
Okay.
So I started writing music. By the time I knew it, I was recording my own, records in studio and on my private sessions. Because back home we have a thing where schools do music, and this music is played all over the television, and some songs are talking about the king, some songs are speaking about the school, how good it is for advertisement. So in the school choir, in the process, that is how I get to learn that I could actually write. And the time where we used to go to studio, I made like a couple of producer friends, and I used to go back for my private sessions and record my own music. So that is how I get into singing and writing music for artists. That is how I actually get. Have you heard about Eddie Kenzo?
Eddie Kenzo, yeah.
Yeah, so that is how I get to meet Eddie Kenzo through writing music, and then I linked to his producer Kusem, and he's like, hey, can you come to my studio once in a while and record like a few demos? We might sell them to a couple of artists down here. You never know. We can make some, little money out of it. So we started doing it. And then I remember this one time where I wrote Queen Amino and a couple of songs that I released on my first EP. It was like, you know what? I had Swangz Avenue. They're looking for artists. And you don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if they actually sign you. And I'm like, oh, no way. We're just going to write this music and sell it to them. Those guys are never going to sign a person like me.
Yeah.
How? So when we took the demos, I remember Julius telling me, you need to come to Monday and we have a meeting. So I went there for a meeting, and then the entire conversation just changed. They're like, yo, why are you not an artist? I gave them my reasons why I don't do music. I don't have the fans. I don't have the team to help me push the music. That is why I'm just, doing it just to survive, just write music. So they're like, okay, we think we should work together and give you a contract, and we see how that goes. I froze for a minute. Because I never saw it coming. I even actually remember telling Hussein, because when you told me Swangz Avenue might jump into you and sign you, because I had they're looking for artists. I remember I told him, yo, bro, stop playing.
Yeah,
like there's no way
this
is gonna happen. So it happened. I signed, and then I released the music that I had taken to sell to them. Turned out to be on my first ever EP, Love It, and it did so good. My first song was a hit song back home. Yeah, so even the entire EP really did so good. And then after that EP, I dropped a proper album called African Music.
Yes.
Yeah, so it also did so good for me. It was a hit album back home, and until then, I've never went back. It has always been music up to now.
Phenomenal was the one that really, really, really blew, isn't it?
Yeah.
How was that feeling for you?
Oh
because just like you said, originally you were supposed to write a song and give it out to some artists and everything.
Yeah.
But then you now ended up keeping the song and everything.
Yeah.
How was that feeling?
Oh my God. Even up to now, when I remember that moment, I get a little goosebumps, because that was a life-changing moment, because that is when my life started. That is when everything right now that you see right now, initiated. So I'm just grateful to God, that opportunity came through.
Yeah. How was the conversation with your parents? Hey dad, hey mom, I'm gonna be an artist.
You know, my mother.
Because coming from an African background, listen, we all know the conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, my father never liked it. Even when he passed away,
Bless him.
He never liked me to do music. He wanted me to be in some, white collar job,
Absolutely.
Doing some things in someone's office, stuff like that. But my mother, because initially it was my mother that took me to the traditional dance troupe, where I met someone that actually inspired me to actually sing, right? And so when I told her, actually she never understood the gravity of how big that was until when my first songs were out and everyone was like, your daughter is on the TV, your daughter's song is so nice, oh my God, your daughter sings very good music. That's when she understood that, oh my God, this is actually good.
Yeah, this is real.
And then the life that I changed her life, I made her life better, and that is how she was like, oh my God, my daughter is actually a big deal, because now even my life as well, because I take care of her right now, even my life has changed just because, she's doing music. So like in the first place, she never understood it.
Yeah, they never do.
Yeah, they never do.
They absolutely never do. Because when you think about it, right, I don't know how it is in Uganda, but back in the day in Nigeria, right, yes, a couple artists had a little money here and there, but most of the money didn't come from music because there wasn't really big money music, right?
Yeah.
I think the pop side of things, obviously, right? I think it was people like Two-Face, the band at the time was More Hits, P Square. They were the people that were kind of touching money.
Yeah.
Obviously, not the type of money that these guys are touching right now.
Yeah.
So at that time, when you tell your parents, hey, I want to do music or whatever, they're looking at you like, what the fuck are you talking about? You get what I'm saying? Go read your books.
Yeah.
But listen, it is an amazing feeling and everything.
Yeah.
And so obviously you went from Phenomena and then did African music. What's African music to you?
Oh my God, it's generally besides the album.
Yeah.
For me, it's celebration. It's celebrations. It's culture. It's togetherness, it's unity, it's authenticity, it's just genesis of of life, because we as Africans, I feel like everything originated from here. Like I feel like African music is the genesis of music. I feel like everyone out there, whatever they're doing, like it all started from here. They have an element that inspired them from Africa to do whatever they're doing. So even if it's for the Spanish music, I know they keep on saying, oh, Spanish music comes from Spain, stuff like that, South America. But when you look deep into it, they took Congo people to their side, they as slaves, and they took the music and started, doing whatever, modifying it and creating different styles out of it. So for me, African music is just originality of sound, of celebration, of unity, of enjoyment.
Nice. Because I believe African music, because you have that conversation going on at the moment, right? We just like to have fun.
And we don't mind.
We just want to be happy.
We don't mind where you come from. For as long as you gravitate to our energy, we're gonna welcome you celebrate with you and party with you, and then the next day we're gonna be like, it's a family that has existed for the last, I don't know, a couple of years. So that is how we were built. And I think it's one of the reasons as to why these guys took advantage of that, because we were so nice. We were never gatekeeping anything. We were never protected. We welcomed everyone.
That's true.
And we were so naive. And by the time we knew it, they had already, brought a lot of trouble. I don't want to go back into that. It's not our fault.
I agree with you. I agree with you, because I was having that conversation with Joshua when he was here, because we were talking about the whole, which was probably why I asked you the question I asked you, in terms of, because you hear, I don't know if that conversation is being had in Uganda at the moment, but in Afrobeats, a lot of artists are saying, hey, I'm not an Afrobeat artist. I just want to be called an artist, right? Because from an artist's point of view, they don't want to be put in a box in terms of their art. They want to have the freedom to do whatever type of song they want to do. If I wake up tomorrow and I want to do fucking pop music, rock music, I should be able to do that, which I agree with that, right? I agree with artists having the liberty to push your talent. You know what I mean? Shoot your range and everything, right? But then at the same time, from a cultural perspective,
you're taking
you should be able to protect what is yours. Because if not, other people, just like you said, other people will come in and take ownership of it.
Yeah. And I think I don't know, I don't know why they say that. Okay, they have the reasons and we respect them. But at the end of the day, you're an African artist, but you're never gonna do an R&B song more than where R&B started.
Yes.
You can.
You cannot.
You can. You can't do an African, you can never do a country song and sound better than the people that are where country music started. So I feel like we're just being, I don't know, what should I call it? we I don't know what, I'm failing to get the perfect word for it, but because the African artists need to understand that the reason as to why we've been able to break through is because
of our type of song.
Yeah, our culture.
Yeah.
We're giving something that they don't have.
No.
They have exhausted everything.
Yep.
Everything of theirs is gone. So why are you trying to deny something that actually made you?
True.
That is being so dumb.
Yeah. No, it's true. I agree with you, right? Because when you look at, for example, Peru, the reason why Ed Sheeran jumped on Peru was because of the type of song that is.
Yeah.
If it was a pop song, he probably would not jump on it.
Yeah.
Because he does it too well, but he can't do this.
So this is what we're trying to tell you. We're doing the same mistakes our grandfathers made. We are being too welcoming.
Yeah.
We need to protect our culture. Yes, you, Wizkid, you are an Afrobeats artist, whether you like it or not. Burna Boy, you are an Afrobeats artist, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
And trying to deny it, you're sounding so dumb.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that. Because I always say this, as an Afrobeat artist, you can be an icon. You can be a rock star.
Yeah.
You can sell out stadiums.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You see people from other genre of music, whether it's rock and roll or whether it's country music or whether R&B and everything, and they are icons, they are superstars and everything.
Yeah.
I believe Burna Boy is a superstar.
Yeah.
With the kind of stuff that he's doing, with the stadiums that he's selling out and everything all over the world, he's in that range and everything. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of don't need to denounce your thing.
Yeah, so they're okay.
Because you want to.
So if we're to put it in a perspective where fans understand it, it's what is your surname?
Onyebuchi.
Onyebuchi. Yeah. So it's trying to go there. What is your first name?
Toby.
It's because we have so many Tobys in the UK.
Yeah.
So you're okay, don't call me Onyebuchi because Toby gives me the liberty to fit in society everywhere. I can be Toby in the UK, I can be Toby in the USA. But at the end of the day, you're gonna be different because you are Onyebuchi. Yeah. You are Onyebuchi. You're not gonna find that anywhere, and that's what makes you or sets you apart and different from everything else. Yeah. So, African artists, please. Don't be too proud. Don't do that shit, man.
Nah, we shouldn't.
Don't.
We shouldn't.
Stay humble. Afrobeats, African music made you. Afrobeats made you. And if you're trying to deny it, it's also going to deny you.
Yeah.
And that is when you're going to fall.
Yeah.
And that is how we're going to forget you and everything you've ever done.
That's a fact.
Exactly.
That is a fact, bro. Do you know what, when you look at Afrobeats and everything and how it's big right now, why do you think that in Uganda, the Ugandan music industry is not?
Say it as it is. Come on, don't beat around the bush.
You know what I mean? Why do you think that the Ugandan music industry is not as big? Because you guys got a lot of talented artists, people like yourself, people like Joshua and everything, which I believe, right? If you were in Afrobeats, bro, you would have gone. Why do you think that is? Because I always say, yes, there is talent. Yes, there is good music, but then also you have the music business. Do you think that's where the industry is lacking?
I think everything, the media, the music business, the promotion, even us, the people who are doing the craft, are not doing enough. Because let me tell you something. I know so much good music that is coming from home.
Yes.
But the media, the radio, the TV, I would mention names, Galaxy, Capital FM, KFM, way back home. They're going to like recycle the same playlist over and over and over again. Like I released Masavu, I don't know, like 3 months ago, but I feel like the music directors in media, that they're not doing enough research to scout good music. Like they just want to see the music that is just in front of them. Like they're not putting in the work to go deep in there and figure out the new sound, the new amazing music. They're just like they're not hardworking enough to go, because right now I have like amazing songs on my playlist that I listen to that are from Uganda, and I'm like, you will never see this song on a Ugandan countdown.
That's crazy.
You will always see Azawi on it, because Azawi has a name, or Azawi is is an artist that that can already pull numbers and stuff like that. But they're also not playing a part in diversing their music, a catalog or playlist. Like they just give them whatever is in front of them is what they're gonna take. And that is also like plays a part on why good music is not is coming out. Also, we as artists, we're afraid of taking risks. Like you might find that someone is running on the same template. Chameleon Renon is running on the same template. Eddie Kenzo Renon 10 years ago. Like they're not trying to figure out new stuff and do new sound and do new music and break the box, go outside the box. And then for the music business, people they're not, I want to call it, they see things in a short term. They're not playing the long term game, because at the end of the day, the long term game has more fruits, bears more fruits, has more bigger results. People just want we're gonna have a concert that is gonna sell out today, and then everybody goes back home. But then how about if you think about a festival? Bringing new artists, bringing different artists from different parts of the country. So everyone is not playing their part at the end of the day. Also, people are afraid to invest in the music business. Like it's a stereotype back home that when music business is still like a space for drug addicts.
Is it?
Yeah, like people who are not serious, people who have failed in school.
Are they not paying attention to what's happening in Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa?
Yeah, it's a space for school dropouts. Like everyone, you might find someone, they would blow 100K on a beach.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, because they have the money.
They have the money.
Yeah, they have the money. They would blow 100K on a beach for, just in one night or 2 nights. But then that money, if they put it on an artist that has actually potential, that could have like a big bearing on the industry. The government itself, they have money. They have everything. They have, I'm going to speak about this a little bit small. And I know it might rub certain people so badly. Back home, we have had different associations and federations, where artists come together and unite for a common cause. Because even right now we have copyright, but it's not enacted. Like the implementation of the law is not strong. Someone can just sell for me, I made African Music the album, but you can go down to the street and find a random nigga singing 10,000 copies of my song, and I never get to have any coin.
Is crazy.
Any coin. Telecommunication companies, they are draining and exploiting artists. Back home, every color tune, I don't know how to call it. When you call someone, you can,
are you talking about ringtones?
Ringtones. You can hear someone's song ringing or stuff like that. So almost the majority of the population back home, they have a cell phone. You understand? And color tunes, you don't need to be on the internet to actually use it. You just have to pay for a subscription for that song to be playing. And so many artists subscribe for this, enter into contracts with these telecommunication companies, thinking these guys are gonna pay them enough, but they just exploit them. Even the government. Can you imagine the revenue or the royalties that come out of that money? The government takes 50%.
That's crazy.
Yes, the government takes 50% for nothing, because they never do anything to protect our music, our industry. all they do at the end of the day, the excuse they're gonna come up with is like, we give you good security where you do your business. Of course, everyone, you're giving them security. You're giving security to people, to the bankers, to the traders. Everyone is giving. But what is that special thing you're doing for the music industry?
That's crazy.
There's nothing. So as an artist, the artist takes the least percentage. So because the biggest percentage goes to the government and then the telecommunication company, and you as an artist, you take peanuts. You understand? I know an artist friend of mine. They made a big song in lockdown, but then the money that they were paid out of color tunes was just 1 million Ugandan shillings. 1 million Ugandan shillings is like $250 or 300. 300. But then they made promotion, the video, everything like that. So also artists, also the politicizing of the industry, like politics has gone into our industry. So now, and what makes it even worse is that artists have chosen the side of the government than the side of the what?
The people.
The people. Yeah. So now, because they're scared that when you're not on the side of the government is going to come for your craft. They're going to stop you from doing your work, fluently or smoothly. So everyone is scared. Even these associations that the artists have made, it's just about the money. When the government gives us money, and we distribute it amongst ourselves, that's it. They're not like using that money to come up with something special, or maybe a place where artists all gather or creatives gather and do their stuff or their music, their fashion, like as the creative industry as a whole. We have no space where we go and we converge and we do our work or we execute our stuff. So it is a gamble. Even the government itself still thinks that our industry is a place for mediocres.
Yeah, for hooligans.
Hooligans. Like they don't see it as a lucrative, space or business or a viable business that money can be invested. Yet we pay taxes. We pay a lot of taxes.
Of course.
A lot of taxes. Like the royalties that I make, if you make like 160 million on taxes, you might find the government can take over like 50 million or 60 of the taxes. So it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. So I don't know who's going to help us. Also, this entire conversation can actually even put me in trouble. They might come for me because I'm saying, what are you trying to say? Why are you running your mouth? But then I'm saying this truth at the end of the day.
Yeah, of course. Somebody has to say it.
So, like, I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know what we're going to do as artists, but we are hitting the dead end. And we are letting the wrong people have a hold of our industry, take control of it because they give us like a bunch of, bundles. Yet we can actually, if they gave us an opportunity and structured and subsidize our industry, maybe we would have been far. So like, I don't know, even the leadership in the artist industry, in the music industry is vague. Like, I can speak about this the entire day. Like it's just crap. You get in music industry and its leadership and everyone and police. You guys are fucked up and fuck you for missing out.
Damn,
fuck
bro.
you for missing our industry. Yeah, I'm telling you the truth. Yeah.
Because it's a very I feel your pain though. I feel your pain, but the thing is from experience, because
you know what that does? It demotivates us.
Yes.
It demotivates so many artists, great artists that down there. When they see you people do such things to our industry, when they see, doing anything to make sure that our industry goes to the next step, they're just demotivated. Like, we have lost so many great artists because they see, like, there's nothing in this space for me. Let me just take my art somewhere else. Or let me just bury my art and do something different. True. So, like, we're just in a mess. Like, it's a mess. The politics, the greed, the untogetherness. It's just crazy. It's just crazy.
Why do you think that always happen, in our culture? Why do you think that always happen in our culture?
That is what I told you. Like, we are short-term. We
thinkers.
Yeah, we are short-term thinkers. We don't see things long-term. And people don't want to be remembered for great stuff. No, they don't care. For as long as they secure the bag, That's it. They don't care. No one is here to actually do things that are gonna help the industry move forward. People are just here to waste our time. They be selling false dreams to people. At the end of the day, they do something totally different. That is why I'm so angry, because for me, I trusted, like, there are people that I trusted that I knew, okay, if he's in that position, or if they're in that position, maybe there's a chance for our industry to go to the next level.
To grow.
But then, at the end of the day, when you sit down and dissect it and look deep into it, you understand that they're all there for their selfish reasons.
Pockets, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're there for their pockets.
It's crazy. Like, for me, like, they're buying people's souls for 600 million, 400 million. Like, you can just blow that up in 3 videos. And it's done.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's done. Like, you're selling your soul for 400 million, 500 million, 10 million. Like, man, I don't know, man, but it's just so sad.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Right. When you say things like this, right, which I agree with you 1,000%.
Yeah.
Right. And obviously I've seen a post of yours as well on Twitter when you said is the way our own fans are coming after us as artists. You can't even blame them because they are right.
Yeah.
The generation that inspires us to come into this game must be so ashamed of us.
Yeah.
Our dear fans, what do you think we must do to bring our music industry back on top? When you tweet something like this, right, and it gets 50,000 views, 100,000 views or whatever, right? Do people call you and be like, yo, you shouldn't say things like this because of your status and all that?
Yeah, they do. And it's crazy. It's the artists that I respect.
Fucking
yeah, man.
So why do you think they say that to you? Because, you know,
as
an artist, you lot should be fighting for your, you know what I mean?
They're artists and they're comfortable with whatever bullshit they're in right now.
They're getting,
they're getting, like, they're comfortable in that bullshit. But for me, I see a bigger picture. I feel like if we see how huge the potential that we have as an industry, then we would be on the same page.
Yeah.
But these are people like if as long as they drive a nice car, they have some money to spend on a random beach, they're good. Like, there's no big dream. They're just small dreamers. Like, they're just fucked
That's
up
crazy,
people.
man.
Yeah,
That's crazy because I've heard your music, I've heard other people's music from your country and everything, right? And listen, when it comes to talent, there is no conversation. You people are so talented. But then I ask myself, why is it that, you know, Ugandan artists, East African artists are not crossing over into West Africa to collaborate with some Afrobeat artists, with artists from Ghana? You know what I mean? Like, you know, because that's how the industry grows. That's how a lot of people get to know the music and everything. But it just kind of feels like, you know, East African artists are just in that box right there.
Of course, it all comes back to the dream. Like, people are scared. Like, you can go to someone and you tell them your vision, where you want to go with this, and then they're like, you're delusional.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're talking about. Like,
they cannot see it.
Yeah, they don't see it. And when you're surrounded with such people, like, you just collect all your energy and put it inside you, and you don't want to release it out there because you know it's gonna rub with the wrong people. Like, it's gonna get into contact with the wrong people, and they might actually even have a bearing on how you also start to think. You rather not share anything at all, because we are small dreamers. Mostly in Uganda, we are fucking small dreamers. Our artists big. And it's crazy. The big artists are they're so small-minded. They're so greedy that they don't give a fuck. For the time they've been in this industry, the things that they've got in this industry, their greed is still affecting our dreams. It's still standing in the way of our industry where it's supposed to go. And like, how are you telling me that you're going to be in such a room and then you start fighting over money?
That's crazy.
Yeah, fighting over, like, I don't know, $100,000. Like, crazy, like, cheap. Like, they're small dreamers.
Yeah.
And I know when they land on this, they're going to come after me. Some of them are going to get more angry, send threats, send their fans after me. But I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I don't give a fuck, guys. I don't give a fuck. But I want to let you know that whatever you're doing right now in the wrong way, whatever you're doing right now that is hurting the industry, you're going to pay for it.
Absolutely.
You're going to pay for it. Right now, you might not see it because, the bag is there, you're comfortable. But after some time, you're going to pay for all the bullshit, for ripping this industry, for holding this industry back, the politics that they put in this industry to hold us back, everyone that has stood in the way of the development of this industry, you're going to pay for it. Yeah,
that's fucked up. That's fucked up. But salute to you, though. Salute to you because you're here in the UK, doing your thing, connecting, building bridges and everything.
Yeah.
And listen, you don't have to be like them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You are clearly not like them.
I'm not like them. And of course, at some point, they might try to do stuff that might hurt my business or stuff like that because they want to get back at me or they want to silence.
But that's not going to work.
Yeah, but they want to silence me. And it's okay. But they know they're going to pay for this.
Yeah.
They will pay for this for lying to people, for selling the wrong dream, for their lies, for the manipulation, everything, for the deception. You guys are going to pay for ruining our industry, politicizing it, using money to buy us out, like stunting us just so that you can control us. Yeah. You guys are going to pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Salute. But also, you've done music with DJ Neptune.
Yeah, man, the greatest.
One of the biggest DJs of Nigeria.
Yeah.
How did that connection happen?
Oh my God. He came, by the way, DJ Neptune is always in Uganda. I don't know, he can be in Uganda for 2 or 3 times in a year. So when he came through, we shared a contact. I landed on him and then we shared a contact and then he sent me a few beats from his producers. And then I recorded it with my music director, and he was like, oh my God, that's an amazing record. So when he came back for the second time, I was like, you know what? Let's shoot for the video. And then Marvin Mosoke came through and then we shot the video. Yeah, his family back home. I don't know. Actually, Nigerians need to know that they don't own Neptune. Neptune is for everyone.
By Ugandans, bro. He's for everyone, bro.
Yeah.
No,
cool.
That's dope, though.
Yeah, very cool guy, very humble. He was very smooth on set, very professional. When he comes, he knows that this is time to work. He does his stuff. He doesn't make life complicated. Yeah. And I respect him for that. And I'm forever grateful for that opportunity, my brother.
Salute. How do you normally write your music? Right? Because some artists, they have to hear the beat first before they write. Some people write and then hear the beat and then put it in the beats and everything. How do you do your one?
Sometimes I just come up with the line in my head and then I go to studio. We start from scratch. The producer, creates the beat. Sometimes you send me the beat and I'm like, oh, damn, I need to listen to this until I get into the mode for it. So, for example, songs like Masavu, Burna Boy. You guys need to watch out for Burna Boy. He's such an amazing producer from, Kampala, Uganda, East Africa.
Salute to him.
Yeah, check him out. So he sent me the Masavu beat and I'm like, bro, we're going to kill this one. And he was like, okay, I can't wait. So after a couple of, days, I came up with something. I went to studio and we recorded it and it just sounded so perfect. Songs like Bam to Teda. Bam to Teda is a song that speaks about a big bummed woman taking my man.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's a story. When you see that video, you will understand the story.
Wait, a big ass woman?
Yeah.
Or rather, a woman with a big ass?
Big ass.
Taking my man?
Yeah.
That's standard procedure,
Because it happens.
That's a standard procedure. It happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it happens. So, when I heard the song, we were in some camp in... And Swangz Avenue always organizes events twice or thrice a year. Mm-hmm. And they did this event away from Kampala, from the capital. And then I saw a lot of drama there, yo.
Yeah.
I saw how how men were doing crazy stuff with big bummed women.
Yeah.
And how the women were also reacting. So how the wives were reacting. So when I came back, I'm like, you know what?
I'm going to write about this.
There's no way I won't write about the chaos that I saw. So that's how I created Bam to Teda, because it happens. Ugandan men, when they see Nyash,
they are on it. They are
automatically the
They
man
are
becomes,
on it.
the man just becomes finished.
They are on it, man.
They see Nyash, the mind just freezes.
They are right there.
Trust
so
me. It was an inspiration behind it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So when it comes to your inspirations and everything, right? Do you normally get inspirations from different experiences that you get? Like if you go
of
somewhere, you see
course.
something.
Of course. Sometimes more so for Sankofa, the album, it was a personal one. I let myself be vulnerable in front of my fans. I spoke about so many things on that album, songs about money, alcohol, relationship, everything, life as a whole. So sometimes I speak for the first time, not usually, but for the first time, I spoke about my life on the album Sankofa, and
I love that album. I love that album. People go check that album out, man. Sankofa. Go check it out. It's everywhere on your DSPs right now.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the album that has the champion from Africa.
Yeah.
It has the Summer Bay, the one that we just played.
Harder.
Right? It has Harder. I love Harder, man. I love Harder, man. You know what? I'm gonna play Harder again, man. Fuck it. Let's go. That's a tune right there, man. That's a tune right there.
Yeah, please, guys. I have my brother back home. He's called Elijah Chitaka. That motherfucker is talented.
Go check him out.
Go check him out. Elijah Chitaka. We are in the same record label.
Yeah.
And I feel like my chemistry with him when it comes to music is just special. And I respect him for whatever he does, his craft, his style, everything. My brother, I'm sending you shout outs.
Salute, my guy. Salute, my guy. And listen, if you come to London as well, man, come on the Fresh Off the Boat, man. We need to chat to you too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Obviously, Slow Dancing was another song that did well.
Yeah. Big Caribbean tune.
Did well, and it's so crazy that it did well in Colombia now.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel?
Oh my God, like
all
for
the way
me,
fucking Colombia.
Like, I don't know, like I be there and I'm like, oh my God, you're doing this actually. Like I never process. Like it's very hard to process the things that happen, the good things that happen to me as an artist because of the music that I do. And I just thank people who love my music, who preach everyone that, you know what, in Uganda, there's a small, tiny, tall girl that can actually make some amazing music. Thank you so much for recommending my music, for telling everybody about me and my craft. I respect you for that. My people from Fiji, where else? It's called
New Guinea, Guinea-Bissau.
Antigua. Yeah, everywhere around that, is it called the Pacific? I love you guys. Thank you. Is it Oceania? I don't know, what do they call that continent? Oh my God, I'm forgetting it. Oceania. Is it Oceania? Whatever.
Listen, I was horrible in geography, so.
Oceania, I don't know, I think I got it right. So thank you so much for loving me. I know one time I'm going to come down there to the island.
That's a fact.
And we party.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And this week as well, you're going to Germany as well. You got your tour going on and everything. How's that going?
Yeah, it's going so good because it's Suka, events and promotions are making all this happen. And respect to you, my brother Suka. I'm coming to Germany and we're going to party on the 1st. And then Sweden, we're going to be there at the Afrobeats, boat cruise. So it's going to be an massive moment. Just turn up on the 14th to 15th. Sweden, I'm going to be there with you at the One Love Afrobeats cruise, right? I think I got it right. Then in Germany, I'm coming over the next weekend, 1st June. We're going to be partying like crazy. I might stop by Amsterdam as well when we finalize everything. And then we party in that country as well. I'm going to be everywhere. I'm coming to your place and we party so hard. And if people want to see the tickets and that, right? If you want to get the tickets, where can they get it? Yeah, if you want to get the tickets, of course, they're attached to my social media platform, or just call the contact on my social media handle. Everything is going to be handled. People in Germany, I'm coming. And you know the right people to talk to. I know they know, because we've been spreading the word. It's going to be...
Nice. Listen, her social media handle is going to be on the screen. right? I believe it's Azawi official, right? And then the link as well is gonna be in the description box as well. Yeah. So just go in there, just click on the link. It's gonna take you straight to her social media and everything, and just get a ticket and all that. If you're in Germany, if you're in Amsterdam when that is finalized, if you're in Sweden as well, she's coming over there to turn up.
I'm coming.
You know what I'm saying? And then also you also saw yourself
New York Times.
New York Times.
Oh my God. You have no idea how that
Where were you? Where were you when you got the phone call?
We were home. Okay, this is what happened. Can I tell you a simple
Tell
story?
me, go on.
How I actually even ended up in that class.
Yeah.
So, YouTube Black Voices normally was just like a program availed to East Africa.
Right.
But it was only Tanzania and Kenya that were eligible to be part of that program, that class. So Uganda was out. So I have a brother back home, he's part of my team, Swangz Avenue. He's called Ivan. So when he applied, he lied to these niggas that I'm Kenyan.
Why is that?
Because that was the only way we were going to be able to,
Oh, is it?
Because I told you only Tanzanian artists and Kenyan artists were eligible to be part of that class.
Oh,
so they did not consider Uganda.
Shit.
And then this guy, they're always in different groups, for managements or to know what opportunity is coming through.
Yeah.
So when he saw it, he's like, you know what? Let me just make this risk and
Let
see.
me go, yeah.
Yeah. So he sent the email. He's like, yo, there's an artist. He's called Swangz Avenue. He's called Azawi. She's on the Swangz Avenue. She's Kenyan. Yeah, and we would love your funding and to be part of, the next class, YouTube Voices class. It would mean so much to us as a brand, as Azawi. So let us know what to think. And then we were there. The email that, confirms that we in came through. And I'm like, yo, so bro, these guys know that we can. It was crazy. So when we went so they did a meet and greet in Kenya.
Yeah.
So I had to fly to what?
To Kenya.
To Kenya. So when I went there, of course they already, put me in the program. Everything is running smoothly. And every artist that was part of the program was, saying something. So I went on there in front of everyone and I told them what happened. Oh my God, they laughed at me.
Yeah, of course.
I was like, you know what, guys, I apologize. I'm not proud of, lying.
But listen.
But sometimes the means just fight.
Listen. I believe in lying on your CV. That's a whole fact.
Yeah. So
I believe in lying on your CV.
Yeah. So that is how we got. If we did not lie, they were not gonna accept.
That's my point.
So yeah, that is how we got to be part of it. And then they told us how everything the program was gonna do. And then when we landed on that opportunity where they're gonna premiere us on the New York Times Square, that is when I fell on the floor and I'm like, oh my God, it's actually happened. Because we had tried to see how we can make it happen. But, putting you on that space where America celebrates their independence is fucking expensive.
That's crazy. Yeah.
It's so expensive. So we were like, you know what? Let's first wait until when we make enough money to afford it. Then we will come and, give it a next try. But then see how YouTube Black Voices comes in and they tell me that, this is how we can actually make this happen for you.
Yeah.
It wasn't just actually New York Times Square. We had one in Atlanta. Yeah. So it was everywhere. So I'm just grateful to YouTube Black Voices class of 2022. No, 2021. Is it 2020? I don't remember very well. But I'm very grateful. I know, of course, there were some West African artists. There was Omale. I don't remember a couple, but it was a program that was focusing on empowering and supporting Black creatives, not just actually artists.
Yeah.
So many creatives, fashionista, models. For as long as you're Black, they would give you an opportunity to actually show you to the world and make your work cut across. So I'm thankful to that program. And Ivan, you are an idiot for doing that, but I love you for doing it.
That's amazing, though. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Listen, before we get out of here and everything, what artists are you looking to work with?
Big ones?
Big ones?
Oh my
small
God.
ones?
Everyone. For me, I don't care who you are. For as long as, for me, my main focus is always on the craft.
The craft, yeah.
Because if the song is big, no one is going to care where you come from. As long as the song is big.
Yeah.
like they will fall into your energy and your vibe and your chemistry, and you know what, your vibration is gonna, you know what, infect everyone. So for me, I don't mind, but I would really want to have a record with Burna Boy. I feel like he's special.
Yeah.
He's a special type of artist. I would want to be on tour with him. I don't know how. Like,
it can happen,
bro, Burna Boy.
I think you guys should just reach out to his management or wherever, or reach out to his mom or something. because from what I heard, that the mom, once she gives the go ahead.
So you think the mom is gonna give a nobody like me an opportunity?
You don't know.
Okay,
That's how you landed on the billboard.
But it's crazy, by the way. There's someone back home that gave me her contact.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I'm like, you know what? Just send her a text. I know she might not. Chances are she's not gonna see it, but just do it. I sent her a text. I don't know if I have the right contact.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I sent a message to his mom. Yeah. So I don't know, Burna Boy.
She's
wherever.
also on Instagram as well.
Yeah, but you know the message is oh my God, do you know how big Burna Boy is and how many texts he receives? But I keep on trying. Of course, you send your DM and see whatever comes from it. But yeah, I need them to to get it from here, from Toby.
Yeah.
Podcast.
Yeah, fresh off the boat. You get me?
Please. Burna Boy's mother. Just give me a record with your son.
Listen,
like, yes.
From what I heard, once she says, boom, thumbs
That's
up,
it, yeah.
it's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why I've been told that she's one that runs the whole shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. And
so listen, you just never know.
She's done really so good with
things. You just never know. Like, he just did the remix to Shuwama Bam.
Oh, the South African.
The South African one.
Yeah. I saw.
You know what I mean? So he did the song Shumba back in the day with Ashake. Ashake was not all the way that big at the time.
Yeah.
You get me? He jumped on it. He did a song with Black Sharif. So he does songs with people.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Okay. Once he hears it and he loves it, bro, he will jump on it.
Yeah, there's an artist in Uganda.
There you go,
East
man.
Africa.
There you go.
They just want to have a record with your son. Like
Azawi, man.
Even if we don't get to promote the song, for as long as I just be in the same space.
That's it.
With your boy, because you're just so blessed. And we just thank you for giving us such an amazing, talented motherfucker.
Yeah. He's too
Thank
good,
you.
man.
Yeah.
He is too good. He is too good. Listen, I want to thank you so much for coming by. This is one interview that I've been looking forward to.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? I know that you're very busy. You were meant to come yesterday.
Yeah.
Obviously, you in the studio just recording and everything. You guys were doing your thing and everything, obviously. You know, so I really, 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 really thank you and all that.
And I also thank you for hosting me.
Listen,
having this chat. Yes, it has been like steamy at some point, but then I've had a good time. For me, I say what I feel. And of course, some people might not understand me. Some people might, it is what it is. So, but at the end of the day, I mean no harm. I mean only good for my industry, for the industry, because I want all of us to win, you know?
Yeah.
So that is why I get out of, composure sometimes, because I see wrong things happening.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be the person that plays along with bullshit. I don't like being like that. It kind of makes me feel a certain way that I don't appreciate. But besides that, I love everybody, and keep on loving Azawi and all the artists that bring out good African music. Yeah, we are the future. We've always been, and there's nothing that can put us down.
So before we leave, what song do you want us to leave with?
Oh my God, that's crazy.
What song do you want us to leave with? Pick whichever one.
Okay. Okay, you can pull Champion from Africa.
Champion from Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the second track from the Sankofa album.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Listen, people, you already know this is Fresh Off the Boat podcast. It's your boy Toby and the legendary Azawi from Uganda. Yeah. Go check out her music. Go check out her album. Trust me, you're not gonna regret it, right? And also, if you want to find our socials, it's gonna be right there on the screen, right? And then also, it's gonna be in the description box as well. Click on it, you get me. And also follow Fresh Off the Boat podcast on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, watch the videos, leave a like, leave a comment, share it, tell a friend to tell a friend, or tell an enemy to tell a friend. It's your boy, Toby. You get me?
I like that.
All right, there you
Fresh
go.
off the boat.
Fresh off the boat.
Azawi,
yeah.
Toby.
Yes, sir. We're
See
checking
you
out. We're
next
checking
time.
out. We're checking out.